Hey out there in Facebook land. How you guys doing today? This is Gail Gentry, your online marketing professional, coming at you live right here on Facebook. Once again, online marketing professional, helping you fire your boss and control your time in your online business. That is, if you choose to. Okay, so I'm coming at you live once again to talk about get in where you fit in. Continuing with the live review or the book review of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. This is the book that we're talking about. It's an excellent book. Hey, Tamisha, how you doing? Hey, Wanda, how you doing? Hey, Lori, how you doing? As you guys are chiming into the broadcast, hey, Jason, how you doing? Hey, Sopit, how you doing? As you guys are chiming into the broadcast, please let me know where you're chiming in from. Would love to circle back to you after the broadcast and engage with you and shout out where you're from, give you some brand recognition. If you are new to the broadcast, seeing me live, please type in the number 1. If you are a seasoned vet and you are a continuous supporter, I appreciate you and thank you for coming back. Type in the word vet. And if you're catching me on the replay, type in hashtag replay. So as I said, we are continuing on with the book review of The Science of Getting Rich. Get in where you fit in. And this is the book, Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. My mentor, Mr. Robert Hollis, said to me, hey, Gail, you need to read this book. You need to read it now. And then once you read it, you need to share with other people. You need to spread the good news about what this book has to offer. My online mentor, Mr. Zach Shaheed, said, yeah, Gail, you need to follow what Robert is doing. Robert Hollis is a documented millionaire. If you're not familiar with him, you can check him out at Robert Hollis. You can Google him. His last name is spelled Hollis. He has helped over 50 people become millionaires. I think 51 people become millionaires. Zach Shaheed is claiming spot number 52. I'm claiming spot number 53. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Hey, Kershada, how you doing? Hey, Angela, how you doing? Hey, Mary, how you doing? Hey, Sopit, how you doing? Thank you guys for joining me. So this chapter was like a really, really great chapter. So talking about get in where you fit in, it says here, and if you see me looking away from the screen, it's because I'm checking my notes and I want to make sure I give you guys the real goods, the real skinny, not something I made up, give you the real deal. So I'm going to be looking away from on occasion, and it's not because I don't want to engage with you here live, but because I want to make sure I give you the right info. So give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts if you're feeling me, if you're connecting with me so far. Love to see you guys here. So it says here, getting into the right business. This is chapter 13. You can get rich in any business if you don't have the right business right now. You can learn that business. So, for instance, if you're if you are, your natural talents are for you to be a firefighter, but you have no interest in being a firefighter. As an example, you really want to be a lawyer. You can really learn how to become a lawyer, right? And you can learn how to become a good one. There's law schools and there's different things that you could do. In my case, I've always wanted to create my own income, and I wasn't quite sure as to, how to go about doing it. I thought it was in the travel business, which I love travel. I do have a travel business. However, I found that my real niche is right here on the online marketing space. And so what am I doing? I'm learning the skill sets. I'm learning the necessary tools in order to become a professional online marketer and, not only help myself, but help others to become online marketers. And that's the reason for this book right here. That's the reason I'm reading this book. That's the reason I'm following somebody like a Robert Hollis, who has helped people, again, become millionaires and online business and traditional multi-level marketing businesses. I started out in the multi-level marketing space. I'm still in the MLM. I love the MLM space, but I do like the idea of not chasing friends and family. I do like the idea of not doing three-way calls, and I do enjoy the idea of not having home meetings or home parties, but in fact being here online and doing it all online. A lot of folks feel like, hey, you know what? If you, if you're not doing it belly to belly, then you're not really making relationships. I think there's some people on here that can attest that we have some deep relationships and we form them right here online. If you guys are feeling me on that, type in the number 2 in the comment stream. If you're feeling me on that, and know that you can definitely develop some personal relationships right here online, and some deep, meaningful relationships through, meeting folks online and eventually meeting those folks in real life. But, developing those relationships online, type in the number 2 in the comment stream. So getting back to our book, as Snoop Dogg would say, to the message at hand. Let's get right back into it. So if you're not, in the right position, if you're not in the right job now, in the right profession, in the right business, etc., you can get into the right business. Does that mean that you just drop what you're doing right now, just boom, and just move on into the other business? No, that means that where you're at right now, you use that, you use that income to fund you as you learn and develop your new business and as you work that new business. In the MLM community, I'm speaking of it specifically because a lot of people work their businesses part-time. They have full-time jobs. They have full-time professions. I mean, there's people in the multi-level marketing space, professionals, doctors, lawyers, scientists, etc., and they decide to go into MLM and move away from the business that they're in. Do they stop their practice? I met this one gentleman at a conference back in, when was it? In November. Gentleman who's, top in his MLM, travel MLM, and he's a chiropractor, and he started doing his business, out of his chiropractic office at the end of the day, and started working his business there and continued with his chiropractic practice. And I believe he's still doing that. So he's doing it part-time, even though, he's having full-time results in his business. So that's something that you can do. You can, as you're working your 9 to 5, you can start with your 5 to 9 until your 5 to 9 becomes, your 9 to 5, and you can transition into it. You can learn those skill sets and not have the scariness of, oh my God, I don't have any income and all this kind of stuff, and working out of desperation, but really working to add value to people. Because here's the deal. Nobody's going to do business with you if you're not adding value, okay? You have to add value. I mean, there's just no way around it. Nobody's going to join you, trust you, do anything with you if you're not adding value, if you're not helping them solve their problems, right? I mean, Zig Ziglar said it, and Dale Carnegie said it in the How to Win Friends and Influence People. The more you help people solve their problems, the more the more money you will make. The more people you help, Zig Ziglar said, the more people you help get what they want, you will get what you want, right? And that is very sound advice. So if you agree with that, type in the number 3. If you think that helping people get what they want will help you get what you want, type in the number 3 in the comment stream. Would love to discuss that with you and to talk about that. So here's another thing too. This is another thing this chapter talked about, which was really good, was that you're not limited to the talent that you currently have, that you were born with. Okay, so if you were born with the ability to paint, if you're just like this master painter and you're the sketch artist and you're just born with that, however, you don't really see yourself doing that as a life's work, so to speak. All right, or if you've been gifted with the gift of conversation, and you've been gifted with the gift of persuasion, but you have no desire to be an attorney or a litigator, you know what? You can be whatever you want to be beyond your natural talents, because you can develop other talents. I mean, isn't that good news? Isn't that great to know that you're not just stuck in this one thing? I mean, according, you guys are going to crack up, and some of you that know me pretty well probably agree with this. But I took one of those personality tests, and what are you suited for? What's your best talent, et cetera, et cetera. Because I always found myself, in positions where I didn't, I did okay in them. I did pretty well, but I wasn't like passionate about them, right? So I took one of these personality tests, and it says that I'm a drill sergeant or an insurance agent, which is so funny, right? Because I was an insurance agent for years, for 30 years, and I was in the military. Okay, so maybe that test has something to say about it. However, I've always had a great desire to create my own income from home. And I found this online business, this online community that's actually helping me to actually do that. And there are a lot of people in our community in the online marketing space that are killing it, making 6, 7, 8, 9 figures from the comfort of their own living rooms, home offices, or wherever, right here online. So if you're feeling me on that, give me a number 4 if you're telling me on that, because that is just so amazing, right? So you are not limited to the talent that you have right now, the talent that you were born with. You can actually move into something else. You can learn other talents. And I'm sure a lot of you are like, whoa, brain just exploded, right? You mean I don't have to be a painter for the rest of my life? You mean I don't have to be a lawyer for the rest of my life? You mean I don't have to be, a chef for the rest of my life when I really want to be a flamenco dancer? That's right. You could be a flamenco dancer. You can learn flamenco and be an excellent flamenco dancer if that is your true desire, if that is what is in your heart. Guess what? You can do it. You can go learn those skills. Now, will you be a top flamenco dancer first time you get out on the dance floor? Doubt it. However, you can learn it. Let's just take case in point, Michael Jordan. And even if you're not a basketball fan, everybody knows who Michael Jordan is. Probably one of the best basketball players of all time ever, right? In high school, Michael Jordan was a horrible basketball player. He had no talent. He had no natural talent for basketball. Guess what? He practiced till he became the #1 best player of basketball of all time in the world, okay? And that's because he practiced. He developed that other talent. He made sure that he gains the skills that he needed in order for him to achieve his desire to be a great basketball player. Because what? He had no natural talent. Now, I know a lot of you like, what? He didn't have any natural talent. No, he did not have any natural talent as a basketball player, okay? He had to learn it. So you can learn it too. So if your desire is to be, the best parrot keeper in the world, guess what? And you don't have a natural desire or natural talent for that, because you have a desire for it, the universe will move in that direction to get you the information you need so you can be the best parrot caretaker that there is in the world, if that is your desire, okay? Because God would not put those desires on your heart without providing a way for you to fulfill those desires. And if you're getting any value out of this, please feel free to share this out. Folks want to hear this good news. So here's some of the things that I read in here that really, really like turned me around. Doing what you want to do is life, and there is no real satisfaction in living if we are compelled to be forever doing something which we do not like to do and can never do what we want to do. So what does that tell you? That right there tells you, you know what, you may be in a job, you may be in a profession right now that you're not really feeling, that you're like, oh my God, another day of this, oh my God, do I have to do this another day? And the answer is yes. However, not forever. You can use it to get to the life that you want, to get to the business that you want, to get to the profession that you want. But realizing, hey, you're doing this, you're doing plan A to get to plan B. That's how that works, right? And it is certain that you can do what you want to do. The desire to do it is proof that you have within you the power which you can do it. So if you have the desire to do it, guess what? You have the power to do it. If you have the desire to do it, you have the power to do it. Somebody type in the comment stream, desire, power. If you have the desire, you have the power to do it, because God would not put it on your heart, particularly if it's something heavy on your heart, just like, oh my God, I've been, this is just like plaguing me my entire life. Guess what? God would not put it on your heart, would not give you the desire if he did not give you the power to attain it, right? Therefore, you can absolutely do it. Now, let me go back to my notes. All right, we talked about that already. Do what you may not like to do, what it is that you'd like to do. That's what we just talked about. So, this chapter was a really eye-opening chapter for me, and I'm hoping for you as well, because it was like, oh my God, you mean I'm not just regulated to what I already know? And I know some of that, to some of you may sound obvious, right? And it is obvious, right, in a way. However, for me, it wasn't that obvious, okay? I had to, kind of figure it out, and it was just like, oh my God. Hey Jim, how you doing? I'm just gonna read some of the notes here. Thank you guys for participating. Yes, Angela. Angela says I can attest. Let's see, Tamisha. Hey Tamisha, how you doing? Krishana says, hey Lori Moon. Let's see, what other comments do we have going on here? Mary says she loves serving people. She does an excellent job too. Hey Donald, how you doing? Let's see, the title of your life. Okay, the test was right on. Yeah, Krishana says that test was right on, the personality test, right? That was right off her, which is a blessing. Let's see. Krishana says she's a big basketball fan. I think Krishana's tall too. Yes, Krishana, he was definitely determined. Hey, Abbas, how you doing? All right, so I'm going to get back. Hey, Desiree, how you doing? I'm sorry, these comments got delayed here for a bit. Thank you, Bernita, for sharing. Hello, how are you guys? So, you know, you are not relegated to doing forever something that you don't want to do. That's number one. Number two, if you have a strong desire in your heart to do something, a certain profession, a certain we call vocation or skill, guess what? You have the power to do it. If you don't have the talent now, you can gain the talent. You can learn the talent. You're not relegated to what it is that you know how to do. Three, even if you have a natural talent for something and you do it well, doesn't mean that you just have to do that for the rest of your life. You can actually do something different. Why? Because you can learn other stuff. But as we say in the science of getting rich, how do we do that? By thinking in a certain way and acting in a certain way. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for coming to the broadcast. As I say at the end of all of these, go out there, be good to yourself, be good to somebody else. Go out there and help somebody today. Guess what? You can't keep it unless you give it away. So give it away.